The night sky hung above like a velvet canopy, dotted with stars. The cool evening air was still, and the soft glow of pool lights reflected on the water, casting a calming blue hue across the backyard. Eli stood by the pool, surrounded by friends who chatted quietly, their laughter subdued under the moon's gentle gaze. It was a peaceful, almost serene night, the perfect contrast to the usual chaos of their summer gatherings. The music played softly in the background, and the water rippled lazily with the occasional splash. Eli felt a strange lightheadedness creep over him, but he brushed it off, enjoying the cool air on his skin. He watched the pool shimmer under the dim lights, unaware that this tranquil night was about to take a dark turn. Suddenly, everything went black. When Eli came to, the scene around him had changed. The calm serenity of the night was gone, replaced by an eerie stillness. The laughter had faded into a suffocating silence, and the once lively atmosphere felt heavy with grief. He blinked, trying to shake the fog in his head, and slowly sat up. "Hey, what's going on?" Eli asked, looking around, but no one responded. His friends were still there, standing near the pool, but they seemed distant, like shadows of themselves. Their faces were solemn, eyes downcast, as if they were grieving something Eli didn't understand. He called out to them again, louder this time, but they didn't even glance his way. It was as if he wasn't there. Panic began to stir in his chest as he moved through the crowd, waving his arms, trying to get someone's attention. Still, no one acknowledged him. Something was terribly wrong. Eli's gaze shifted to the pool, and his breath caught in his throat. There, floating motionless in the water, was the body of a boy. His clothes were soaked, and blood stained his head, swirling in faint trails in the water. The sight was horrific, and Eli's mind raced. "Someone help him!" Eli screamed, running to the edge of the pool. But no one moved. They remained frozen, like statues, their expressions filled with silent sorrow. His heart pounded in his chest. Why wasn't anyone doing anything? Eli's eyes flicked back to the boy in the water, and a terrible realization began to creep into his mind. The face. It was his. The boy in the pool was him, bloody, lifeless, and floating in the water. He stumbled backward, his body trembling, unable to tear his eyes away from his own reflection. Before he could fully grasp what was happening, flashing lights filled the yard. An ambulance and police cars pulled up, and paramedics rushed onto the scene. Eli stood frozen as the investigators and paramedics approached the pool, quickly pulling his lifeless body from the water. He watched in horror as they laid his bloodied form on the pool deck, the voices around him a blur. The fragments he caught filled him with dread. He must have slipped, hit his head on the edge, drowned before anyone noticed. Eli stared at the scene, the awful truth sinking in like a weight dragging him down. The boy in the pool wasn't just some accident victim. It was him. Dead.